So earlier I mentioned a young speaker in town called Patrick Henry. He is younger than I am, but we work together. He'll say, Jeannie, the words you're using, nobody in the world today knows what that means. And I'll say, well, you can't use that word. That's not a good word. You can't use. So we work together and help each other on the speaking. And so he called me not long ago and said, I'm calling to you about a business arrangement. And I said, sure, what's up? He said, I think I need to get a green screen and all the green screen equipment that goes with it, cameras, lights, everything about it. You want to go halvesies on it with me with the money? And I said, well, I probably would if I knew what in the world a green screen is. I don't have any idea. And he said, we could use it, both of us, to our advantage. And I said, well, what is it? Now, I'm going to give you the abbreviated version. When you're watching the weather, people, and there's a map behind you of the United States and Canada, that map is not there. There's a green screen blank back there. And what you're doing, she's looking over here, or he doing the weather. You make videos and it makes them better. Is that good enough, Patrick? Close enough for somebody my age, right. I said, well, Patrick, how would we use that to make money, to further our careers? And he said, well, they all have these big screens in the theaters nowadays, and if you can provide footage for them, they'll use it to advertise or maybe send to all their patrons. And so I do this, and this is what I've been doing. I say, hey, I'm Jeanne Robertson. I'm coming to the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville in September, whatever date, and I'd love to see you and yours there. It's family fun, something like that. And then if Patrick's doing a convention, or I am, he'll say, hey, I'm Patrick Henry. I'll be at your convention in Denver on such and such a date. I've even written a song just for your group. And he'd sing a few lines. Well, when he told me that, I said, I can see the advantages of doing that. I'll go in halvesies with you. He said, we'll set it up at my house. I said, okay, that's nice. I wrote out the check. We got all this stuff. You wouldn't believe it. Lights, cameras, everything. Within a week, Patrick came over to my house and said, this is not going to work. It takes 30 minutes to put it up and 30 minutes to put it down, and I can't leave it up with 3 children and all their friends and everybody's in the house. We're going to have to set this up at your house, my house. I said, where in the world are we going to put it in my house? Left brain sitting in the next room says, put it in the kitchen. I said, I'm not putting it in the kitchen. I have to get in there once in a while to open a can. But Patrick said, just put it in that spare room you've got. I said, sure, we'll do it and shove things around and put it in there. Hold that thought. My friend Jane Tucker came down from New York City a few years ago and began to tuckerize my wardrobe. She has a daughter 6'4". She knows who might be able to make us or help us get something that will work. We became good friends. She comes a couple of times a year, and we go through the closet. She always says, shop in your own closet first. She came in for a trip, and we were ready to go because Left Brain had gone somewhere else. I said, let's get to it. And I gave her a glass of tea. I said, put your things up, and I'm getting some coffee, and we'll go to the closet and see what we can find. And then, baby, 2 minutes later, I'm still waiting for the coffee to drop through. Jane's back in the kitchen. She said, Jeannie, you know what I think I'm going to do this time? I'm going to just stay in a hotel. There's a bunch of hotels out at that exit near your house. I'll just go out there. And I said, oh, Jane, did you see another bat in this house? She said, no, I just think it would be better this time for me to stay out there. And I said, no. You've been coming all these years, staying with me all these nights, and sometimes just coming through as a friend. I'm not going to let you do that. What's wrong? She puts her tea down on the counter and said, all right. You want to tell me what all those lights and cameras are doing around the bed? All over that bedroom? What are they doing? Lights, white umbrellas, all this kind of stuff up there. Of course, I didn't help the situation any when I said, you remember I told you about that young speaker, Patrick Henry? We've been making videos and sending them out.